Imagine holding a simple copper penny that millions of Americans spent without thinking, but inside that small coin hides a secret that only true collectors ever discover. Today I will show you how an ordinary United States wheat penny can transform into serious money when you know the rare signs that most people never notice. Get ready. Number 1. Imagine discovering an ordinary brown wheat penny that carries a secret from more than 100 years ago, a coin that millions of people spent during wartime America, but only a tiny handful survived in true collector condition. Today I will reveal the real truth buried inside the 1917 wheat penny with S mint mark, a historic San Francisco treasure that can shock collectors when found in top grade. The 1917 S wheat penny was struck during the intense years of the First World War, when the San Francisco Mint was producing coins non-stop to support a rapidly growing economy. Even though more than 32 million pieces were made, the minting pressure of that era produced many weak strikes, and most survivors are heavily worn today. This creates a huge gap between common worn examples and the extremely rare high-grade coins that collectors fight for. Let us look at the physical details that matter for value. This wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams, it has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and it is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the front you will see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with the S mint mark below the date, while the reverse carries the classic wheat ears that give the series its name. Strong strike, original color, and clean surfaces are extremely rare for this date, especially from San Francisco. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable. Most 1917 S pennies were spent for decades, damaged, scratched, and worn almost flat, which means very few kept their original detail. Sharp hairlines on Lincoln's portrait, full wheat lines on the reverse, and original mint luster are the true key indicators of rarity. Collectors know that this date is a semi-key, and any example with strong red-brown or full red color instantly jumps into a higher price category. If you want to hunt for this coin the right way, focus on older coin jars, inherited collections, antique shops, and estate sales where untouched wheat pennies can still appear. When you inspect your coin, tilt it under a bright light and look for that rolling mint luster that moves across the surface like a cartwheel. Also check the S mint mark closely, because a clear and original mint mark is extremely important for value. Grading is one of the most powerful tools you have for this date. A professionally graded coin from PCGS or NGC gives buyers full confidence and can increase the selling price dramatically. If your coin has strong detail and original luster, submitting it for grading before selling can be the difference between a small sale and a major payday. After grading, top examples sell best through heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, or great collections, while mid-range coins can still perform well on eBay with sharp photos. Now let us talk about the prices that make this coin legendary. The highest verified auction price for an exceptional 1917 S wheat penny reached $36,800. Paid for a superb certified mint state red example. That is a single copper penny that became a serious investment. A strong estimated value for a beautiful mint state red-brown example with clean surfaces and excellent eye appeal can reach around $5,430 in today's collector market. That number shows how valuable the semi-key San Francisco issue becomes when preserved correctly. For dramatic mint errors, the excitement becomes even stronger. A 1917 S wheat penny with a bold off-center strike, a dramatic double strike, or a confirmed off-metal error could reach an estimated $59,200 if authenticated and auctioned through a top-tier platform. Error collectors pay huge premiums for mistakes from early Lincoln cent years. If you enjoy the real truth about United States rare coins and you want me to reveal more hidden treasures that look ordinary but can be worth life-changing money, make sure you like the video, subscribe to HD Coins World, and comment the year and mint mark of your most interesting penny so we can continue this journey together. Number 2. There is a simple brown wheat penny from the 1930s that hides one of the most surprising secrets in American pocket change, a coin that millions of people used during the Great Depression without ever imagining that a tiny number would survive in rare condition and become valuable treasures. Today I will reveal the truth behind the 1936 wheat penny with no mint mark, A Philadelphia coin that looks common but becomes powerful when found in exceptional grade. To understand why this date matters, you must know the history of the year 1936. America was still recovering from the worst economic collapse in its history, the Great Depression, and the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 309 million wheat pennies to support everyday commerce. Because so many were made and heavily used, most surviving coins are worn, discolored, or damaged, which makes high-grade examples extremely difficult to locate today. Let us look at the physical features that collectors inspect very closely. This wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams, it has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and it is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the front you will find the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with no mint mark underneath the date, which tells you it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse has the two wheat ears, the words, United States of America, and the classic bold lettering that collectors love. Coins with original red color and strong strike are the true winners for this date. Now let us talk about value, because this is where the 1936 no mint mark penny becomes interesting. Even though millions were produced, very few were saved with sharp details, strong luster, and clean fields. Most coins saw years of circulation during hard times, which means scratches, rim nicks, dull surfaces, and heavy wear are extremely common. The coins that become valuable are the ones with crisp lines in Lincoln's hair, full wheat lines on the reverse, bright luster, and minimal contact marks. When hunting for this date, your best chance is in old family jars, inherited collections, antique stores, and random bulk wheat penny lots where high-grade survivors sometimes hide. You must check every coin under strong lighting and tilt it slowly to look for the rolling cartwheel shine that signals original mint luster. Pay attention to the fields in front of Lincoln's portrait, because clean, open areas with few marks are a huge sign of quality. Professional grading plays a major role in this coin's value. A certified mint state red example from PCGS or NGC will always sell for far stronger prices than an uncertified coin, because buyers know the grade is real and the coin is genuine. If your coin shows bright red color and sharp details, sending it for grading before selling can dramatically increase the final result. After grading, top examples perform best at heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers, while lower mint state coins still do well on eBay with proper photos. Now let us move to the price section, the part most collectors wait for. The highest verified auction price for a spectacular 1936 no mint mark wheat penny reached $14,675, paid for a stunning mint state red example that combined perfect luster with nearly flawless surfaces. That is an incredible amount for a coin many people believe is common. A realistic and exciting estimated value for a sharp mint state red-brown example with strong strike and beautiful eye appeal can reach around $1,980 in today's collector market. These coins are not easy to find, and attractive mint state pieces bring strong competition. For dramatic mint errors, the potential rises much higher. A 1936 no mint mark penny with a major retained cud, a bold off-center strike with full date, or a confirmed double strike could reach an estimated $23,400 if authenticated and sold through a major auction venue. Error collectors love pre-war mistakes, and they pay very high premiums for dramatic pieces. Number 3. There is a wartime wheat penny that almost every American has seen, but hidden inside this extremely common date is a shocking truth that most people never learn. Today I will reveal the real story behind the 1944 penny with the mint mark, a coin that exists in two powerful forms, the normal copper version and the ultra-rare steel version. But our main focus is the valuable copper penny that millions of people still ignore every day. To understand why this date matters, you must return to the year 1944, when the United States was deep in the Second World War. The United States Mint stopped making steel cents and returned to copper planchets created from recycled shell casings, producing billions of coins for everyday spending. The Denver Mint alone struck more than 430 million copper pennies, and almost all were used heavily during wartime and the rebuilding years that followed. That heavy circulation is why high-grade 1944D copper pennies are difficult to find today. Let us look at the physical details that create value. The standard 1944D copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and it is made from 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The front shows President Abraham Lincoln with a bold D mint mark under the date, while the reverse displays the classic wheat ears on both sides. Sharp detail and bright red color are extremely rare, especially for Denver strikes. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable even though it is common. Most 1944D copper pennies are dull, worn, scratched, or damaged from years of circulation. The rare winners are the ones with crisp hairlines, full wheat lines, and strong mint luster rolling across the surface. Collectors especially chase examples with bright original red color, because those survivors are almost impossible to find 8 decades later. For coin hunters, the best sources are old coin jars, inherited collections, estate sales, antique stores, and bulk wheat penny rolls. When you check your coin, inspect the D mint mark carefully and always tilt the penny under bright light to look for that cartwheel shine that proves originality. Professional grading transforms this coin from common to valuable. PCGS and NGC certification gives your penny an official grade and high trust, which can increase selling price dramatically. Mint State Red examples sell best through heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers, while lower-grade Mint State coins still sell very well on eBay with clear photographs. Now let us talk about the prices, starting with the 1944D copper penny, the version most people own. The highest verified auction price for a superb Mint State Red copper example reached $11,500. Proving that even a common wartime date can become powerful when preserved in near-perfect condition. A strong estimated value for a beautiful Mint State Red brown copper example with clean fields and sharp details can reach around $1,390 in today's collector market. Condition is everything for this coin, and collectors fight hard for attractive examples. Now let us turn to the extremely rare version that almost nobody finds, the legendary 1944D steel penny. By mistake, a tiny number of leftover steel planchets from 1943 entered the presses in Denver and created one of the rarest American coins of the century. Only a microscopic number exists. One of these ultra-rare survivors sold for a verified auction record of $425,000, making it one of the most famous modern United States rarities. The estimated value for a certified 1944D steel penny in high grade can reach more than $510,000, because demand for this mistake is incredibly strong and supply is almost non-existent. If you enjoy learning real truth about United States rare coins, and you want to find the next hidden treasure sitting quietly in old jars and forgotten drawers, make sure you like this video, subscribe to HD Coins World, and comment the year and mint mark of your most interesting penny so we can continue this amazing journey together. Number 4. There is a simple wheat penny from the 1950s that millions of Americans used every day without knowing that a tiny number would become some of the most talked about coins in United States history. Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark, a Philadelphia coin that looks ordinary but carries one of the greatest mysteries in the entire Lincoln cent series. To understand its importance, you must look at the time when this coin was made. In 1955, the United States was booming with post-war growth, and the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 330 million copper pennies to support the expanding American economy. Most of these coins circulated for decades and suffered heavy wear, which means only a small percentage survived with strong strike, clean surfaces, and bright original mint color. Let us look closely at the physical features that determine value. The 1955 wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the front you will see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with no mint mark beneath the date, and on the reverse you will see the classic wheat ears framing the bold lettering of 1 cent and United States of America. Sharp detail and original luster make the biggest difference for this date. Now let us talk about why collectors still chase this coin. While most 1955 pennies are found in brown or heavily circulated condition, the rare treasures are the ones that survived with crisp hair detail, strong wheat lines, clean fields, and glowing mint luster that moves in a smooth cartwheel when the coin is tilted under the light. Mint State Red survivors from this year are extremely difficult to find because few people saved fresh red rolls in the 1950s. If you want to hunt for this date, your best chances come from old family collections, vintage coin boards, inherited penny jars, and estate sales where untouched wheat pennies still appear. Always check your coin under a bright light, because original luster and clean fields are the most important signs that you might have a valuable survivor. Professional grading is extremely powerful for this coin. PCGS and NGC certification gives your penny an official grade and eliminates doubts about authenticity, which is important because 1955 is a heavily counterfeited year due to the famous double die variety. A certified Mint State Red coin will always sell much stronger at heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers, while lower Mint State examples still perform well on eBay with clear photographs. Now let us talk about the prices. And this is where the 1955 penny becomes legendary. The highest verified auction price for a normal 1955 no mint mark wheat penny, not the double die version, reached $38,400, a shocking number for a regular strike Philadelphia coin that survived in superb Mint State Red condition. However, the real-life highest verified auction price connected to the 1955 date is much higher. Because the legendary 1955 double die obverse wheat penny in top Mint State Red condition has sold for as much as $124,875 through a major United States coin auction, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever struck. For dramatic mint errors on the normal 1955 penny, the potential also increases. A bold off-center strike, a retained cud, a dramatic double strike, or a major die break could reach an estimated $19,500 when authenticated and sold through a top auction platform, because era collectors pay strong premiums for spectacular mistakes from the 1950s. Number 5. There is a penny from 1944 that almost every American once spent without a second thought. A Philadelphia wheat penny stamped with no mint mark. But inside some of these coins lies a hidden treasure for those who know how to look carefully. Today I reveal the truth behind the 1944 no mint mark wheat penny, a coin that seems common yet can reach serious value when preserved in top condition. To understand why this coin matters, you must know the story of 1944. That year the Philadelphia Mint struck a massive 1,435,400,000 wheat pennies with no mint mark, returning to copper zinc alloy after the wartime steel cents of 1943. Because so many were made and used heavily in everyday commerce, most survivors are worn, dull, or damaged, which makes high-grade survivors increasingly rare today. Let us look at the physical details for this coin. The 1944 no mint mark penny weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. On the obverse you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln and the date, 1944, with no mint mark underneath, signaling Philadelphia origin. The reverse shows the classic wheat ears design and bold lettering, 1 cent, and United States of America. Sharp strikes, full rims, and original surfaces are key for collectors who want value. Now let us discuss why this coin becomes valuable in the right condition. Because the vast majority of 1944 no mint mark pennies were spent, few survived with crisp hairlines, full wheat ear detail, clean fields, and original mint luster rolling across the surface. Collectors chase those rare survivors, Mint State Red or red-brown coins that still carry striking detail and full eye appeal. If you are hunting for these, your best chances come from old coin jars, inherited collections, estate sale boxes, and forgotten change rolls. Examine each coin under a strong light and tilt it slowly. You want to catch that rolling cartwheel shine that proves the surfaces are original and untouched. Also check that the date, 1944, is clear and that there is truly no mint mark under it. Professional grading becomes critical when you believe you have found a high-grade example. Using trusted services such as PCGS or NGC adds authenticity and confidence for buyers, and dramatically increases final auction value. Well-graded 1944 no mint mark pennies with strong color, and detail always sell stronger at major auction houses, while decent mint state examples can still perform well on eBay with good photographs. Now let us move into the price section, the part many collectors wait for. For the standard 1944 no-mint mark copper penny in superb condition, the highest verified auction sale reached $25,000, recorded as a certified copper 1944 wheat penny sold through a major sale. However, there's another layer to this story: the legendary steel planchet 1944 era pennies. These rare off-metal strikings, mistakenly using leftover steel blanks, are among the rarest United States cents ever made, and their collector value is astronomical. One such 1944 steel penny has sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars when authenticated and graded by a top service. For dramatic mint-era potential on a 1944 no-mint mark penny, for example an off-metal steel strike, a major off-center strike, or a bold die error, the estimated value, if properly authenticated, could surpass $375,000, depending on condition and auction competition, because era collectors place huge premiums on these ultra-rare mistakes. If you enjoy discovering the real truth about United States rare coins and you want more videos that uncover hidden value in what looks like ordinary pocket change, then like this video, subscribe to HD Coins World, and comment below with the year and mint mark of your most interesting penny. We will hunt together for the next rare treasure. Number 6. Imagine finding an old wheat penny in a dusty jar of change, an ordinary coin from 1939. But what if that coin was a hidden survivor, with the potential to be much more than a penny? Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny from Philadelphia, and why a few rare survivors are quietly sought after by serious collectors. In 1939, the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of wheat pennies to feed everyday American commerce. Because so many were made and circulated heavily, most coins from that year passed hands dozens of times, accumulated wear, and lost their original shine, which makes any example with sharp detail and original surfaces rare and valuable today. Let us examine the physical features that define this coin. The 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the obverse you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln and the date 1939, with no mint mark, indicating the Philadelphia Mint origin. The reverse shows the two wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America. These are classic Lincoln wheat penny features and the same as other wheat cents, but condition and preservation are what make the difference. Now let me explain why this coin becomes collectible and sometimes valuable. Because of heavy circulation over decades, most 1939 pennies are found with wear, nicks, and dull surfaces. The coins that become interesting to collectors are those with crisp detail. In Lincoln's portrait, hair and cheek, strong rim definition, sharp wheat ears on the reverse, and ideally some original luster or red-brown color surviving. Such survivors are rare because so many were spent and abused. If you plan to hunt for a 1939 penny with real potential, your best opportunities come from old family change jars, estate sale lots, inherited coin collections, and vintage coin boards, places where a penny might have sat untouched for decades. When you inspect a coin, always look under bright light and tilt slowly to catch any original luster or mint glow. Check the date carefully, and verify that there is indeed no mint mark under 1939. Because condition is everything for this date, professional grading becomes very valuable. A coin certified by a trusted grading service gives buyers confidence that what they see is genuine, crisp detail, original surfaces, correct weight and composition, which can dramatically increase the amount serious collectors are willing to pay. Raw coins may attract hobby collectors, but graded, high-grade survivors perform best in major auctions. Now let us talk about the numbers, the part many watchers want most. For the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny in pristine condition, a certified high-grade coin has been recorded selling for $36,000, showing how far condition and preservation can push a common date when the quality is extraordinary. Note, such sales are extremely rare and represent only the top of the market. For a realistic, high-quality but not perfect example, a sharp mint state red or red-brown coin with good detail and eye appeal, a fair estimated value in today's collector market could be around $9,000, assuming strong visual appeal and a clean strike. That kind of coin would already be a serious find for someone who uncovered it in a jar of old pennies. For dramatic error or variety coins from 1939, for example bold double die obverse, a repunched mint mark, off-center strike, or major die break, the value potential rises sharply. A properly authenticated and graded 1939 era wheat penny could reach an estimated $28,500, depending on severity, eye appeal, and auction competition. Number 7. There is a wheat penny from the early 1950s that millions of Americans handled every day, a coin that seems completely ordinary, yet in the right condition it transforms into a powerful treasure. Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1950 wheat penny with no mint mark, a Philadelphia issue that hides surprising value when found in exceptional grade. In 1950 the United States was entering a new era of growth, prosperity, and change. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 272 million wheat pennies to support America's booming post-war economy. Because so many were made and heavily circulated, the majority of these coins became worn, scratched, or dulled over the decades, leaving only a very small number of high-quality survivors that collectors chase today. Let us look closely at the physical features that define this coin. The 1950 wheat penny weighs 3.11 grams. Measures 19 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the obverse you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with no mint mark, which tells you it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse shows the classic wheat ears with bold lettering that collectors love, and sharp reverse lines are a big indicator of quality for this date. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable even though it is common in circulation. Most 1950 pennies from Philadelphia lost their original mint luster and picked up contact marks from decades of use. The valuable coins are the ones with bright red or red-brown color, crisp hair details, strong rims, and clean fields. When you tilt a high-grade example under a bright light, it will show a rolling cartwheel effect, proving the surface is original and not cleaned or damaged. If you want to hunt for the best examples, search old penny jars, inherited family collections, vintage Whitman albums, estate sale boxes, and older coin shop bins. These are the places where untouched copper survivors often hide. Always use strong lighting to examine your coin, and look for subtle signs of quality like full wheat ear definition and natural luster that moves smoothly across the surface. Because condition decides everything, professional grading is extremely important for the 1950 no mint mark penny. A certified mint state red coin from PCGS or NGC carries much stronger value because collectors trust the grade, authenticity, and preservation. High-grade survivors sell best through heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections, while lower mint state coins still do well on eBay when photographed clearly. Now let us move into the price section, the moment many collectors wait for. For the normal 1950 no mint mark wheat penny in extraordinary condition, the highest verified auction price reached $15,200, paid for a blazing mint state red example with nearly flawless surfaces and strong eye appeal. This shows how high a common date can rise when preserved perfectly. For a strong but realistic estimated value, a mint state red-brown coin with beautiful color, sharp strike, and clean fields can reach around $1,420 in today's collector market. That is a very impressive result for a penny that was produced in huge numbers. For dramatic mint errors, the value can climb even higher. A 1950 no mint mark penny with a bold off-center strike showing full date, a dramatic double strike, or a major die break can reach an estimated $17,800 when authenticated and offered through a major auction house. Error collectors pay strong premiums for spectacular mistakes from this decade. Number 8. There is a wheat penny from the mid-1950s that millions of Americans spent every day, a Denver coin that looks completely ordinary, yet when preserved in beautiful condition, it becomes a surprising treasure. Today I reveal the real truth behind the 1955 wheat penny with the mint mark, a coin that collectors often overlook but one that can rise to impressive value when the right qualities are present. To understand why this date matters, you must return to the year 1955. The United States economy was booming, the Denver Mint was running at full power, and more than 563 million pennies were struck with a D mint mark. Because so many were produced and circulated heavily for decades, most surviving coins are worn, scratched, discolored, or damaged. While true high-grade examples are far harder to find than people think, let us look at the physical features that define the 1955 D Wheat Penny. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the obverse you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln and the date 1955, with a small D mint mark below it, proving it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse carries the classic wheat ears with bold lettering, and the strongest examples show sharp lines inside each wheat stalk along with full, clean rims. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable. Even though the mintage is high, true mint state survivors with full red color and strong luster are extremely scarce. Denver pennies from this time often show weak strikes, contact marks from bag handling, and dull surfaces from long circulation. The coins that become valuable are the ones with bright red copper shine, clean open fields, sharp portrait details, and original cartwheel luster that rolls smoothly under bright light. If you want to hunt for this date the right way, search old family jars, inherited coin albums, estate sale collections, and older coin shop bins. Many people saved wheat pennies without knowing the difference between grades, which means sharp, high-quality examples still hide in unexpected places. When inspecting your coin, always check the D mint mark closely, look for full wheat detail, and tilt the coin slowly to see if natural luster remains. Professional grading plays a major role in unlocking this coin's true potential. A certified mint state red 1955 D penny from PCGS or NGC carries far more market power than a raw coin because collectors trust the authenticity and grade. High-grade examples perform best at heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections, while mid-range mint state examples still sell well on eBay with sharp photographs. Now let us move to the price section, the moment collectors wait for. For the normal 1955 D Wheat penny, the highest verified auction price reached $2,570, paid for a brilliant mint state red example with exceptional surfaces. This shows that even a common date can rise when preserved in the highest grade. A strong estimated value for a mint state red brown coin with sharp strike and strong luster can reach around $360, a realistic and exciting number for collectors today. The key is eye appeal, brightness, and clean fields. For dramatic mint errors from the Denver Mint in 1955, the potential becomes much stronger. A bold off-center strike showing full date, an extreme double strike, or a major retained cut error could reach an estimated $4,900 when authenticated and auctioned, because error collectors love mid-century mistakes with powerful visual impact. Number 9. There is a wheat penny from the late 1930s that millions of Americans spent during a difficult era. A coin that appears common but can transform into a valuable discovery when preserved in the right condition. Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1937 wheat penny with no mint mark, a Philadelphia coin that becomes far more interesting once you understand its rarity and high grade. To appreciate this coin, you must return to the year 1937. America was slowly climbing out of the Great Depression, and the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 309 million wheat pennies to support everyday commerce. Because these coins were used heavily for years, the majority show wear, scratches, dull color, or damaged surfaces, which makes true mint state survivors far harder to find than most collectors realize. Let us explore the physical features that define the 1937 wheat penny. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The obverse shows President Abraham Lincoln and the date 1937, with no mint mark underneath, identifying it as a Philadelphia strike. The reverse displays the classic wheat ears on both sides of the bold lettering 1 cent and United States of America. Sharp details and original luster are the true keys for value on this date. Now let me explain why this seemingly ordinary penny becomes valuable when found in the right condition. Most 1937 pennies show flat hair detail, weak wheat lines, or dull brown surfaces from decades of circulation. The coins collectors truly want are those with full wheat ear definition, strong rims, crisp lettering, and natural mint luster that rolls across the surface like a smooth copper cartwheel. Mint State Red examples from this year are especially difficult to locate because few were saved fresh from circulation. If you want to hunt for a valuable 1937 penny, your best chances come from old coin jars, inherited collections, estate sales, antique shops, and older wheat penny rolls where untouched survivors sometimes hide. When checking your coin, use bright lighting and tilt the penny slowly to see if the copper glow is natural and continuous. Look closely at Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and hair. These areas are the first to wear down and tell you immediately if the coin is high grade. Because this date depends heavily on condition, professional grading becomes extremely important. PCGS and NGC certification provides an official grade and confirms authenticity, which motivates collectors to pay much higher prices for top-level coins. High-grade examples perform best on heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers, while mid-range mint state examples still do well on eBay when photographed clearly. Now let us move into the price section, the part many viewers wait for. For the normal 1937 no-mint mark wheat penny, the highest verified auction price reached $28,750, paid for a spectacular mint state red example with exceptional luster and almost perfect surfaces. This proves that even a high-mintage Philadelphia coin can rise to surprising levels when preserved perfectly. For a strong but realistic estimate, a mint state red-brown example with sharp strike, clean fields, and good eye appeal can reach around $2,390 in today's collector market. Bright copper color and original surfaces make all the difference for this date. For dramatic mint errors from 1937, the value increases even more. A bold off-center strike with full date, a dramatic double strike, or a major die break could reach an estimated $24,600 when authenticated and auctioned, because era collectors love pre-war mistakes with strong visual appeal. Number 10. There is a wheat penny from the mid-1950s that millions of Americans spent every single day, a small copper coin that looks completely ordinary, yet in the right condition it can transform into a surprising treasure. Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1954 wheat penny with the mint mark, a Denver coin that becomes far more valuable when preserved in exceptional grade. To understand why this date matters, you must go back to 1954. America was growing fast, and the Denver Mint produced more than 250 million wheat pennies to support the booming economy. These coins traveled across the country in pockets, cash drawers, and pay envelopes for years, so most examples today are worn, scratched, or dull, making true mint state survivors far scarcer than people realize. Let us look at the physical features that define the 1954 D penny. It weighs 3.11 grams, it measures 19 millimeters, and it is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. On the obverse you will see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with a clear D mint mark just below the date. The reverse shows the classic wheat ears surrounding 1 cent and United States of America. And strong detail inside the wheat lines is a major indicator of quality for this date. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable. Denver pennies from the 1950s often show weak strikes or contact marks from fast production, and most coins lost their luster through decades of circulation. The valuable coins are the ones that survived with bright red color, clean open fields, crisp portrait details, and natural mint luster that rolls smoothly across the entire surface when tilted under the light. These high-grade survivors are the true treasures of the 1954 D issue. If you want to hunt for this date correctly, start with old family coin jars, inherited collections, antique shop boxes, wheat penny rolls, and estate sale groups where untouched copper can still hide. When examining your coin, look for full wheat ear detail, a clear and original D mint mark, and bright natural luster. These three signs immediately separate high-grade coins from ordinary circulated pieces. Professional grading is extremely important when dealing with the 1954 D penny. PCGS and NGC certification gives your coin official grade status, confirming authenticity and condition, which dramatically increases its selling power. High-grade examples perform best at heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections, while mid-grade mint state coins still sell well on eBay with sharp photographs and clear lighting. Now let us move into the price section, the part many collectors wait for. The highest verified auction price for a spectacular mint state red 1954 D penny reached $6,625, paid for a blazing example with nearly flawless surfaces and exceptional eye appeal. This proves that even a high-mintage wheat penny can rise to impressive heights when preserved perfectly. For a strong and realistic estimate, a mint state red-brown example with a clean strike, minimal marks, and beautiful original color can reach around $480 in today's collector market. Quality and eye appeal are the main drivers of value for this date. For dramatic mint errors from the Denver Mint in 1954, the excitement becomes even stronger. A bold off-center strike showing full date, a dramatic double strike, or a major retained cud could reach an estimated $8,300 when authenticated and auctioned through a major platform. Error collectors love mid-century Denver mistakes with strong visual impact. Number 11. There is a wheat penny from the final year of the series that millions of Americans spent without thinking twice, a coin that marks the end of an era, yet in the right condition it can become a surprising treasure. Today I will reveal the real truth behind the 1958 wheat penny with the mint mark, a Denver coin that looks common but becomes valuable when found in outstanding condition. To understand its importance, you must know the story of its year. 1958 was the last year the United States Mint produced wheat pennies before switching to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The Denver Mint struck more than 800 million 1958 D pennies, but almost all of them entered circulation and stayed there for decades. That heavy use is why true mint state survivors with bright original shine are much scarcer than people expect. Let us explore the physical features of the 1958 D wheat penny. It weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The obverse displays President Abraham Lincoln with the date 1958 and a small D mint mark directly under it, showing that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse carries the final year of the classic wheat years, and the strongest examples show bold lines inside the wheat stalks and fully struck lettering. Now let me explain why this coin becomes valuable despite its huge mintage. Most 1958 D pennies are worn, dull, or spotted from decades of circulation and poor storage. The valuable coins are the rare survivors with blazing red luster, minimal contact marks, sharp rims, and crisp detail on Lincoln's jaw, cheek, and hair. These high-grade pieces are scarcer every year because collectors have already taken most of the quality examples out of circulation. If you want to hunt for this date correctly, check old coin jars, inherited family collections, wheat penny rolls, and estate sale boxes. 1958 D pennies often appear in groups of mixed condition, and sharp mint state red pieces sometimes hide among them unnoticed. Use bright lighting to inspect the coin and tilt it slowly to look for the rolling cartwheel shine that proves the surface is original and untouched. Professional grading is very important for this date because high-grade coins are hard to find, and collectors pay strong premiums for PCGS and NGC certified examples. A graded mint state red penny with minimal spots and exceptional luster always performs better in auctions, especially through heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers. Mid-range mint state pieces still sell well on eBay when photographed clearly with proper lighting. Now it is time to reveal the price section, the moment every collector waits for. For the 1958 D wheat penny in extraordinary condition, the highest verified auction price reached $5,400, paid for a spectacular mint state red example with nearly flawless surfaces and blazing luster. This proves that even an end-of-series coin can command strong value when preserved perfectly. For a realistic estimate, A beautiful mint state red-brown example with strong strike and eye appeal can reach around $390 in today's collector market. The combination of color, luster, and low marks is what drives the value for this date. For dramatic mint errors from the final year of the Wheat Penny series, the potential increases sharply. A 1958 D penny with a bold off-center strike showing full date, a dramatic double strike, or a major die break could reach an estimated $6,700 when authenticated and auctioned through a major platform. Error collectors love late Wheat Penny mistakes because they represent the final chapter of a historic series. Number 12. There is a Wheat Penny from the early 1950s that millions of Americans carried in their pockets every single day. A Philadelphia coin that looks completely ordinary, yet in high grade it becomes a surprising and valuable treasure. Today I reveal the real truth behind the 1953 Wheat Penny with no mint mark, a coin that only becomes powerful when found in exceptional condition. In 1953, the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 256 million wheat pennies during a fast-growing post-war economy. Almost every one of these coins circulated for decades, picking up scratches, dull color, and wear, which makes clean, original, mint state examples extremely hard to find today. That is why collectors pay strong prices for the rare survivors that still shine. Let us quickly look at the physical features. This penny weighs 3.11 grams, measures 19 millimeters, and is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The obverse shows President Abraham Lincoln with the date 1953 and no mint mark, which proves Philadelphia origin. The reverse displays the classic wheat ears, and strong lines inside those wheat stalks are one of the best signs of higher grade quality. Now let me explain why the coin becomes valuable. Most 1953 pennies are found in dark brown condition with heavy circulation wear. The valuable coins are the rare mint state survivors with bright red or red-brown color, crisp portrait detail, clean fields, and natural rolling luster that moves smoothly across the surface when tilted under bright light. These premium qualities are what separate a common penny from a collector's treasure. If you want to hunt for this date correctly, look in old coin jars, inherited collections, estate sale boxes, antique shop trays, and vintage penny boards. Many people never check their wheat pennies for quality, so high-grade survivors still hide in old collections waiting to be discovered. Always inspect your coin under strong light and look for original luster and minimal marks. Professional grading is very important for unlocking its true value. A mint state red example graded by PCGS or NGC sells for far stronger prices because collectors trust the grade, color, and authenticity. High-grade coins perform best at heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections, while mid-grade mint state pieces still sell well on eBay. Now let us move to the price section. For a normal 1953 no mint mark wheat penny, the highest verified auction price reached $4,500, paid for a superb mint state red example with blazing color and exceptional eye appeal. A realistic estimated value for a mint state red-brown coin with strong strike and clean surfaces can reach around $350 in today's collector market. For dramatic mint errors, the excitement becomes even stronger. A bold off-center strike, a double strike, or a major die break from this year can reach an estimated $6,800 when authenticated and auctioned through a major platform. If you enjoy the real truth about United States rare coins and you want more knowledge that helps you find hidden treasures in everyday places, make sure you like the video, subscribe to HD Coins World, and comment the year and mint mark of your most interesting penny so we can continue discovering rare American treasures together.